I want to ask you a question. How big do you think is your receiving container? Meaning, how good are you at receiving? Welcome, I'm Tanya Vasaya, the founder of The Courage to Be Happy. And today's video is all about how do we expand that receiving container. You might have seen one of my other videos where I talked about our capacity to receive. And we went more in depth, like with compliments, with gifts, with asking for help, with receiving help. That's all part of receiving. But if you started, like my mentor Louise Hay used to say, if the ocean was an ocean of abundance, filled with money, filled with anything that you wanted, filled with possibilities, are you standing in front of that ocean with a symbol? Are you standing in front of the ocean with a cup? Are you standing with a bucket? Are you standing with your arms wide open and you have this huge hose that connects directly into your body? How big is your receiving container? So that's the question I want to ask you, and I want you to think about that and what kind of container are you standing with? So how do we expand that receiving container? The first thing we have to do is we have to become aware of how good or not good we are at receiving. Are you good at receiving compliments, but you're not good at asking for help or receiving help? Are you good at receiving gifts, but you're very bad at when you get lucky with something and you have abundance in your life, you don't want to share it with other people because you don't want to make them feel bad? And you can listen to one of the other videos that we'll post below of expanding your receiving container. So become aware is the first step. The second one is you want to become, you want to pay attention of how you can expand your ability to receive in that moment. So if someone's paying you a compliment, if you're going into a story, just ask yourself the question, how can I expand my ability to receive right now? And then the next question right after that is, am I willing? And I am willing. I'm willing to receive right now. I'm willing to receive this compliment. I'm willing to receive this gift and be open to it. The next step is I want you to relax and surrender. Because when you, like the saying goes, what you resist, persists. So if you keep butting heads with worry, with anxiety, and you're not surrendering to the circumstances and trusting that whatever it is that you're needing, whether it's money or a particular thing, a material thing, just surrender that it can come to you. But you have to be in a relaxed state. The next step is I want you to celebrate your worthiness. And you do that by saying, I am proud of you, fill in your name. So Tanya, I am proud of you for accepting that gift today. I am proud of you for making that phone call. And you can watch one of our videos, one of the videos that I did about acknowledging ourselves. So pay attention to that. You know, you want to pay attention and acknowledge yourself. You also want to remove blocks, any patterns that you've seen, you know, ancestral patterns or money blocks that you might have. You want to start paying attention how you're blocking yourself from receiving. Again, you can also watch the videos on these. We've done a ton of different videos of the different steps here, but this is what's going to help you expand your receiving container. And pay attention to those patterns so that you can start removing them and clearing them as they're showing up. The next step, the sixth step, is you want to receive, as you're receiving things, you want to receive with gratitude. And yes, I know there's a lot of talk about gratitude and gratitude journals, you know, and showing appreciation. That's like the number one thing you want to do to elevate your money and receiving, you know, receiving abundance. But here's a hint, is you want to do that where you're not just rattling off in your head the gratitude, and please listen to that video too. First, you want to write it down. There's power to putting your mind to paper. You know, it's very different than just thinking a passing thought. So you want to write down your gratitude and what you're thankful for, but you want to do it in this format. You want to say, I am thankful for my husband starting out my car today while it was really cold, because when I got into the car, it was nice and warm and toasty. So you want to put in, you want to insert what you're grateful for and because, you know, follow it with the because. I am grateful for my daughter giving me a paper heart that she made this morning, because it shows how much she cares for me. It shows that she appreciates me. I'm thankful for it because it shows her capacity of creativity. So you see where I'm going from this? So you want to put the because in, and you can go more in depth in the gratitude video. But the next step is you want to expand your self-love. Again, we've also talked about this in the past, like how do you expand your self-love? By being grateful where you're at right now and not when you become a certain way. You want to hug yourself, you want to kiss yourself, and you want to say, you know what, I love this body the way it is, not I will love this body when I lose 10 pounds. Because then you're bringing in the negative part of it and you're suppressing what you're loving yourself for. Another recommendation is go look at yourself in the mirror, or when you pass a mirror, or when you're driving and look in the rear view mirror, look right into your eyes and say, Tanya, I love you and you are amazing because, and fill it in, you are amazing because you had that phone call, that uncomfortable phone call with your client today. And that was huge. So congrats. I love you. You're amazing. Hug yourself, kiss yourself. So acknowledge yourself daily. And you can do it like that when you're passing mirrors. You can also acknowledge yourself through, in your gratitude journal. I also recommend writing at least 3 things you want to acknowledge yourself from that day. That strengthens your worthiness muscle. That's what you want to do. It's like, Tanya, I am so proud of you for whatever it was, helping your daughter today at school when you picked her up from school. Tanya, I am so proud of you for taking your daughter to swimming today. Tanya, I am so proud of you for making dinner for your whole family. Whatever it is that you want to acknowledge yourself for. So please, I'll go over these again. Pay attention to what's the size of your receiving container. And the way we expand it is through size, through figuring out the size, through awareness. Then we pay attention as to how can I expand my ability to receive right now? Having the willingness to be open to receiving. Then you want to relax and surrender. You want to celebrate your worthiness by acknowledging and saying how proud you are of yourself. You want to remove any type of receiving blocks, money blocks that you might have, and you can clear those. You also want to receive and expand your receiving container through gratitude and putting it in pen and paper. And then by expanding your self-love. If you enjoyed this video, please share below. I'd love to hear what size your container is, your receiving container, and what would you like to expand it to? And don't judge yourself. If your receiving container right now, you just realized there's a cup, tell me about how you want to expand it to a bucket, or you want to expand it to this huge host of receiving. So please share with me in the comments below. Share the video with any other women that you think might be interested in this topic. And make sure to hit subscribe on the button below, and that way you'll be notified every time I release one of these videos. Thank you so much for being with me today. I am Tanya Vasallo, and I will see you soon in our next video. Mwah! Take care.